Well, everyone, it's time for us to go and take a look at Spotify and compare it against YouTube Music and see which one is the better music platform for you. Now, the thing I would definitely tell you is that both of these are very good options, and there's not one that's like the craziest best one for every single person out there. I actually kind of use both of these platforms, but I do pay for Spotify. Although one thing I like about both of these is that they both offer free versions. So there isn't really like a, paid version that you have to go ahead and buy like Apple Music. You can go ahead and get a free version on both of these, which is actually very nice. And that is something I actually like a lot about both of these. Now, I will say from the core, starting off, I would say from like the pricing structure, the first thing you're going to have to keep in mind here is that there's a different pricing strategy between both. And as of right now, Spotify is a little bit more expensive, especially with their price increase that they're doing than YouTube Music. So the thing with YouTube Music is that the individual plan is $11 per month, the family plan is $17 per month, and the student plan is $5.50. With Spotify, though, they are charging now a little bit more. They're, I think, charging like $3 more for their everyday, plan, which I think is kind of crazy. I don't know why they're doing that. So these other plans are actually kind of becoming a little bit cheaper, like with YouTube Music and Apple Music now. So it is a pretty crazy thing. Again, I think it's one of those things that kind of keep in mind because YouTube Music, although you don't have to pay for it, it is going to be cheaper kind of for some people than Spotify. But keep in mind, they both offer free versions, so there's not going to be this really big difference in terms of the music experience when it comes down to the free version. With the free version, they're going to be charging you, they're going to be, playing ads all the time, and there's going to be limited features when you're getting the free version. With the paid versions, the features are almost kind of the same thing. So at the core, they both offer applications that you can download on your phone, and they offer desktop experiences. So you can go inside of YouTube Music, the website, or Spotify.com, and you can, basically play the songs that you want to from either your PC or your iPhone or Android. And that's actually a really nice thing to do. Now, I will tell you, as you can see throughout this video, the UIs are very similar. There is a lot of overlap here between the UIs, and they look very, very similar. I like both of them. I think there is a lot of stuff between both that I like, and I would say if I'm going to pick up one or the other one, there's not really that big of a difference here. As I mentioned, they both look almost the exact same type of experience, which is very funny. I will say though, with Spotify, I'm just more accustomed to Spotify because I just go through and use Spotify all the time. The thing with YouTube Music is that I kind of use YouTube Music a little bit, but definitely not as much as Spotify. And that's one of those things that I've kind of looked at throughout the last couple of, years, is that if I'm going to pick up one over the other one, it's definitely, whichever one you start off with and you start building your playlist off and you start kind of going through there, you might end up swaying more towards one over the other one. And personally for me, when I look at something like Spotify, this is the one that I've just used since day one. And that's why with Spotify, I'm just kind of more accustomed to than YouTube Music. Now, when it comes out of YouTube Music, I think both of these offer a lot of experience similarities. They both offer basically the same type of songs that I would listen to on an everyday basis. The thing you have to remember is that if you're trying to look for like a very big popular song, you're going to be getting that, type of song on both of these types of platforms. So it's not like one is going to offer you a lot more music than the other one. I would say from my personal experience, you are probably going to go through and get this very, very, similar overlap between both these when it comes down to the same song you're listening to. So for example, if Drake releases a song or Kendrick Lamar releases a song or Kanye releases a song or whoever, all those songs will basically be available on YouTube Music at some point. I have seen a lot of cases where Spotify could end up giving you the songs a little bit earlier. And that is one thing I've seen some people kind of hit on, but I don't even think it's like that big of a deal. And I do think for the average person, it's not going to be the biggest, thing in all time. But I do think it's still a very, very, decent option to get if you're getting YouTube Music. It's definitely not a terrible option here, in my personal opinion. Now, outside of that, I will tell you, when it comes down to the content available, if you're going to go the YouTube Music route, you might as well go ahead and get YouTube Premium. And I will say YouTube Premium is just crazy because you get YouTube, videos ad-free and YouTube Music ad-free as well. With Spotify, you're kind of only just getting music and podcasts and audiobooks if you're into those things. But I will still say for a music platform, Spotify is still very, very good. I will also say when it comes down to basically their music and the quality of their songs, I'm not really too sure if there's even a crazy big difference here. I do think from what I've heard, there can be a little bit of overlapping here and there, but I wouldn't pick one up over the other one because of the music quality. I have heard Spotify does give better, music qualities. The highest highs are usually higher, but I will tell you in my personal opinion, I don't even think I would switch because of the music quality. I'm not this person who cares a lot about the quality of the music, as you can probably tell with the quality of this audio. So it's just one of those things that I just like listening to the song and, just listening to it in general is just enough for me. So those are kind of the big differences, I would say, between Spotify and YouTube Music. I like both these platforms a lot. They have a lot of good stuff between them. I don't know if there's one that I'd like recommend every single person to go ahead and buy, but if I were to go and recommend, I think Spotify is my favorite one, but YouTube Music is still a very, very good option as well. So that pretty much covers it up here. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.